Hey, what's up, Zero followers? This is the debut podcast from D&G's Talking Shit. I am G. That's D over there. Introduce yourself.
I'm D. What's up?
That's the best introduction you got, man?
That's all I got.
All right.
Just here to talk shit.
That's it. All right, well, you guys don't care about us because you guys don't exist. So, anyways, today we're going to talk a little bit about Suicide Squad and whatever else comes up in our heads here. But D, why don't you tell me a little bit about your drive over here? How was that?
It was nice. I got to watch a crime. Let's see. I don't know where to start.
Well, what was the crime? Let's start with that.
I don't know, some Grand Theft Auto shit. I don't know what it would be classified as, but I got to watch a high-speed pursuit between a guy and a girl, a guy in a Beamer, and a girl in a big-ass Ford truck. The Beamer was chasing the truck down the highway. It was nice. Just swerving through the lanes and almost killing people. And of course, I followed for as long as I could because I'm interested in that shit. But nothing ended up happening because I used Waze. I'm sure if I used Siri, I would have been able to watch the whole chase.
So what you're saying is like you realize like if you kept...
Well, Siri would have kept me on the 405 North.
Right.
Waze takes you off. And
Okay.
I had to get off to save time.
I get it.
And I regretted it.
Oh, that would have been the highlight of your day, huh?
So far, it has been.
Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. Well, all right then. So tell me about Suicide Squad. What do you think?
I loved it. If I had to sum it up in a sentence, I would say, for me personally, I think it might be the first time I've ever watched a comic book on screen. Like, this was the first time I felt like I was watching a comic book. Not a comic book movie. Obviously, they've been done before, but I had the same experience watching the movie as I do reading the comic book.
So more so than Watchmen?
Well, I love Watchmen, but Watchmen's different. I was so familiar with the source material that, every little thing that wasn't the same, I'm like, hey, where's this moment? Where's the octopus? Where's the whatever? But Suicide Squad, I'm familiar with the characters, but not the squad itself. I haven't read the series. So for me, it was new, but like I said, just cutting back and forth. The pacing, the way Batman was used. Of course, this whole podcast will be full of spoilers, by the way. So if you're listening, you haven't seen the film, you should watch it first and then come back.
Yeah, it'll be in the title.
Oh, well.
So if
just
you
in case.
If you know how to read and you still listen to it and didn't watch the movie, well then that's your fault.
I mean, if you're still listening to it at this point and you haven't seen it yet, then fuck you. Because anyway, Batman's in it, and so is Flash. And the way they were used, I felt was very nice. It felt very comic book-y.
What do you think is the excuse for not watching it yet? Like, I hate it when people don't watch a movie for like 6 months. I mean, you do this shit all the time. Like, people hype it up too much and you won't watch it.
I'm lazy.
You're right. Okay, is it laziness?
And
right.
poor.
It's like nothing happened.
I have a movie theater 5 minutes from my house, and I don't want to drive those 5 minutes because I know I have to walk 5 minutes from my car to the theater and then buy a ticket.
That's terrible.
No, it is. But I don't bootleg, though.
Okay.
So.
But you just don't watch the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I watch things eventually.
Eventually, yeah. But by this time, like, so many people have talked about it.
Yeah, and then I end up hating it.
So high.
Like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Like, yeah, that's still mind-blowing.
Which would be the Marvel equivalent to Suicide Squad, right?
No.
Well, I mean, they're the
Not
band
even
of
close.
Outcasts, right?
There's
no Amanda.
They're not involved in the universe at all, and they're not criminals per se. I mean, they're kind of criminals. Marvel has a comic called Thunderbolts, which is Suicide Squad. I think they ripped off Suicide Squad with Thunderbolts. It's the same thing, like secret agency gets all these villains, super villains, and puts a collar on them or whatever. And so, yeah, it's.
I do know that in the comic books, it wasn't in their neck; it was in their arms. I do know that.
Okay, well, I honestly I never.
Because when Slipknot dies in the movie, apparently in the comic books, he just loses his arm.
Oh, and then he's just worthless. I mean, he was worthless in the movie too. It's just
Well,
I mean, it's kind of racist, dude. They got rid of the Native American guy like right away. Like,
well, Will Smith didn't die. I guess not a horror movie. So,
Will Smith didn't die. Well, okay. The black guy always dies in the
That's
horror
what I'm
movie.
saying.
All right.
but I guess if there's a Native American, he takes precedent.
Oh, by the way, guys, we're Latino, so we can say racist shit because it's not racist. I guess that's the excuse, right?
It is.
Right? Like if you're a minority.
If you're black, you can do.
Yeah, you could say all kinds of stuff.
I think it's joking. You can't joke down. You can joke up. Is that
Right.
what it is?
Is that-
no, not joke. What is it? What is the? There's a phrase where you can like make fun of what's above you but not below you.
Is there?
Like, that's why white people tend to not get away with making fun of black people. But if you're black, and then your stand-up is like you're making fun of rednecks or what, it's like okay, 'cause it's like all right.
Okay, I get it. And well, according to Valley College sociology class about ethnic relations, Latinos in Los Angeles are on the very bottom rung. So apparently we can make fun of anybody and get away with it. That's just what I heard.
So back to Slipknot being worthless.
Okay.
I want to. Well, let's not jump. Let's keep it consistent. So overall, I liked it. I liked it as a comic book movie. I personally feel I can see where all the critics were coming from, to the extent where I believe them in terms of like the shoddy pacing, all the negative feedback. But I feel like they've either never read a comic book before, or were expecting a Marvel movie. And I think that's what it is. I think they expect Marvel style filmmaking, and then when they don't get it, it's automatically shit.
So what you're saying is DC they're on they just can't cut it. They can't match up against Marvel yet.
Right now, I don't think so, but I think they're heading in the right direction. I'd rather them keep pace at what they're doing now than to continue to try and restructure to make it copy Marvel. Because what other comic book film in the Marvel universe do you have Iron Man popping in and out of? That's not like an Avengers movie. Obviously, Civil War could be argued, but I feel like Civil War is Avengers Part 3 to me.
Right.
I mean, you're assembling the whole team minus Thor, right?
And Hulk.
Well, yeah, Hulk, but he's gone, so it doesn't even count. So I guess they're both gone. So, but I don't know. Batman's in it. So is Flash. That's all I got to say.
It's just funny. Somebody on the interwebs is trying to argue with me about. Well, you were on that too. And the guy was talking like comparing Batman versus Superman to Thor 2, which is fucking ridiculous.
Tentpole.
That's just stupid.
Thor 2 not being a tent, or what was he saying? It was a tentpole.
Yeah, he was trying to say that Thor is just as important
Yeah.
as Batman and Superman are to their respective
Which
teams.
is not true.
Not even close.
Which is ironic about everything, like the whole system, because every single one of these heroes that DC is using, Batman, Flash, Wonder Woman, Superman, Aquaman, they're all like their A-list.
right.
The Avengers, those are all B-list.
Well, not Aquaman so much. Aquaman.
Well, but I'm saying, Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman and Flash,
right.
those are like,
Those are the heavy hitters.
and in Marvel, that's Iron. Well, I guess Iron Man is, Thor is.
Well, Iron Man and Captain America are the big guys.
But other than that,
well, Spider-Man,
is barely coming.
even
in.
though he's a secondary character, even in the DC.
But Ant-Man, not really.
In the Disney universe, let's call it.
Yeah, the Disneyverse.
No, I mean, which is funny. Ant-Man is super important in the comic books.
No, I'm saying he's not
Like
important.
Hank Pym,
He's not
but
important in the movies.
he's
That's
kinda-
what I'm saying.
Yeah, but no,
Back
I get
seat.
it. I get it. So, I watched the Suicide Squad on Saturday, and we haven't talked about it until right now. I liked things about it. I thought some of the characters were really strong. I liked Deadshot. I liked Harley. I liked Diablo, even though he was a total cholo, like total stereotypical East LA homeboy
Well,
from
that's what
American
David Ayer
Me.
does, or Ayer. I don't know how to
Whatever.
pronounce his name.
Like, I liked it. I liked him. I liked. I think that.
The
You know what?
Australian
I
guy?
didn't
What's
hate.
the Australian guy?
Seriously,
Boomerang?
Captain Boomerang was a
Boomerang?
waste. He was just like, I don't even know what he was doing on the screen. I was like, this guy, they got some fucking Tom Hardy look-alike because Tom Hardy didn't want to do the role anymore because
No, he couldn't do it because of Revenant.
he couldn't do it. I thought
It
he
was a
read the
scheduling-
script and he was like, I have 5 lines.
No.
So fuck Will Smith
It was a
and
scheduling thing.
Scientology. I'm not doing this shit.
Because Mr. I'm the greatest director in the world, what's his name? Alejandro. His movie went over budget because he
Oh.
decided to only shoot in cold environments.
Iñárritu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the schedule got pushed because of global warming,
Got
essentially.
it. Global warming.
Because he didn't want to shoot on a stage, which would have given the same effect, and no one would have been able to tell the difference.
Right. He should have just CGI'd the whole thing.
And he did The Bear, so
Right.
it should have just been an animated film.
The bear was the best part of that movie.
Imagine if Revenant was like Toy Story. Same thing. It's like same story, doesn't change anything. But it was like animated like that.
Oh, that's another warning we forgot to give you guys. We don't care about your directors or how much you love them.
Although I will defend them.
Yeah, he'll defend them here and there, but like I don't give a shit. Like, yeah, you suck, Christopher Nolan's cock, but Dark Knight Rises sucked.
It did.
I haven't.
It took me a minute to come to that realization that it sucked.
And then
Because I was on his dick for a long time.
and then you go back and rewatch the other movies, and you're like, you know what? These movies weren't that great.
Like
No.
like not the first one. His first one, I love his first one, but the second one, Memento, that to me, you watch it once, cool, you experienced it, it's different, you had no idea what was going on, and the Giants just
Fucking
lost.
Stanton.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Oh, dude, he even looked at it. He thought it was gone. That was like the
We're watching the Giants play the Miami Marlins, and I thought the Giants were going to
they're in
lose,
the bottom of the 13th in Miami.
which would have been a great thing if they lost.
For all
But
you guys who care. Yeah, the Dodgers are beating up on the shittiest teams in baseball right now, so they're catching up on the Giants who've been
it hit the
playing
top of the stadium, didn't it?
nothing. No, I don't think so.
I think it did. No, it didn't. Fans thought it was gone though.
He knew it. No, he thought it was gone, and then I don't know. I don't know if it was an angry bat. Whatever. It's not gone.
We're boring them.
Anyways,
We're
back
boring
to,
our zero followers
yeah.
that are probably have turned this off by now because they were like, oh, let's listen for a few minutes.
And if you
then-
have, go fuck your mother. But anyways, back to Suicide Squad. So, you know what? I don't get the hate for the Joker. I did not hate the Joker. I feel like he had very little purpose in the movie. Like he was
all
misused.
flashback. He was all flashback.
Yeah, like
Did you read about the? Well, finish.
Why?
There's today
I've heard that Jared Leto said there was tons of shit that got cut out of the movie.
and today someone on
is
Reddit
it Leto or
leaked-
Leto?
Leto. I say Leto.
Whatever.
I
Everybody says Coppola. I say Coppola because I'm American. Damn it.
I say Coppola because I've heard him say Coppola.
Well, I don't
So-
care. He doesn't
If
speak
you-
Italian or Spanish, so
Yeah, I know. Like I pronounce my name improperly, but if you ask me how to say it, that's how you say it.
right.
But anyway, today they leaked. Someone leaked the full deleted scene list. I'm gonna pull that up right now. But go ahead and finish what you're saying about the Joker.
I kind of liked his interpretation. I felt, if anything,
He's not like the comic books. That's for sure.
I think he was closer to the comic book than Heath Ledger. For
Well,
sure.
no, yeah, but not
Like,
this
he
whole
was
gangster
He was
persona.
definitely more of the clown prince. I mean, the Joker is a gangster. He's a psychotic gangster, but he's still a gangster. Like everything, we didn't get into detail enough, like about what he's doing as a gangster. Like, does he even care about money,
That's one of my issues.
or is he a
about the
total
film.
nihilist? Like
That's
as
one of
he's
my
supposed to
issues with
be?
the film. Is that there's no, you don't really get a sense of the world, like the criminal underworld. You see moments, like you said, like little
Right.
pieces, like him at the club. That's a piece.
Well, I said the characters I liked. Now, the characters I didn't like. Thought Rick Flag sucked. I don't know why they keep casting this guy.
I think Tom Hardy was supposed to be Rick Flag.
Was he?
Yeah.
I think he was supposed to be Captain Boomerang,
I
man.
think it was. I'm gonna look it up, but I
Oh.
think it's supposed to be Rick Flag.
But dude, that's why they got the Tom Hardy look-alike to be Captain Boomerang.
I'm gonna look it up.
All right, Bruce Willis's son. Okay, in the Die Hard movies. All right,
I never saw that. That was 5, right? I didn't see that one.
he's the last two.
He was in 4.
He was in the whatever the last two were. Yeah.
His daughter was in the 4th one.
No, but he's in the last. I think there's 6 now, dude.
Oh, I stopped after 4.
All right. Anyways, I didn't like Rick Flag. The guy keeps getting cast and stuff. I don't think he's a good actor, and I'm super shallow, and I don't find him too like he's not handsome either. He's just this tall, skinny bird-looking guy.
Jai Courtney. He was in Terminator.
No, dude, that's fake Tom Hardy. I'm not talking about fake Tom Hardy.
Oh, you're
I'm talking about Captain. Yeah,
Yeah,
fake Tom Hardy's
sorry.
hot, dude. He's
He's cool.
I could see the girls liking him, and the guys too. Whatever.
You're talking about.
I'm talking Rick Flag.
Yeah.
Like this guy, they keep it. He doesn't look like a tough guy either. You know what I mean? I like my tough guys looking like they could beat me up, and this guy, I don't buy it.
Yeah, he was supposed to be Rick Flag.
Oh, interesting. I wonder what accent he would have used for that. I don't know. Tom Hardy and his accents. Anyways,
Yeah, he's a little small. He's a little on the smaller side.
Tom
for
Hardy?
Sure. No, the guy who played Rick Flag.
Rick Flag's like 6'7", whatever.
To be
but he's like
skinny,
120
skinny.
pounds.
No, yeah. If he's a special forces guy, I expect him to be a beefcake.
Yeah,
essentially.
He didn't. Yeah, Tom Hardy would have worked, but then you would have had two Tom Hardys. You'd have had real Tom Hardy and fake Tom Hardy.
Chai Courtney.
And then you'd have been like confused. Like, wait a second, is that Tom? Oh no, that's Tom Hardy. Like, I don't know. I'd have to see them right next to each other, but they both. Whatever. Anyways.
What about
so
Enchantress?
I thought Enchantress was dumb. Like, I just wasn't. Okay, she's not that great an actor, and the character, like, I don't understand. And Marvel does this too. Like, they keep on pulling out these super obscure characters for their movies. And I guess Enchantress was an original member of the Suicide Squad, whatever. But she's been in like 30 comic books in her 40, 50-year existence.
So then, who should have been the villain then?
I have no idea. I honestly, I
liked it.
I'm not much of a Suicide Squad fan. Like, I'm definitely more Marvel than DC. So, like, this is new to me. Like, my expectations were low. Like, because I have no, like, I don't know the story.
I didn't know.
I mean, I know the premise behind the story, but I don't. So I wasn't like, oh, this isn't like the comic at all. This is bullshit. And I'm like that sometimes. But I don't know. It just wasn't doing it for me.
See,
she had like no real motivation. They don't worship us anymore, and they didn't play like.
No, that's true.
I feel like there's a lot of.
And the brother kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. There was a lot of there was no setup at all. It was just kind of like
hand holding.
Boom.
There's no hand holding.
Let's just throw them right into it, and sometimes that works.
I've told people that they don't hold your hand. If you're not familiar with Enchantress in any way, it might throw you for a loop. You might be like, "What the fuck am I watching? Who are these fucking black creatures? Like, what are they? I don't know. I don't know what a metahuman is. I don't know what any of that is. Like, what is
they talk about metahumans in BVS, like.
But I'm just.
Yeah.
Well, you could also watch Suicide Squad without watching the other movies.
No, absolutely. And I did like the 5 seconds of Batman. Like, that was cool. I liked, even though I think the Flash's outfit is stupid, and
to me it's too flashy without putting it on the note. But it's
it's like shiny. There's
it's gonna be hard for cosplayers to do that.
There's just
costume
stuff going on with it. Whatever. Like, I liked how the Flash captured the one guy. I like how Batman.
That was just Deadshot. Added like 2 weeks ago.
I did not know that.
Zack Snyder shot it.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it works. Like
Captain Boomerang.
was it Captain Boomerang you got?
No. Captain Boomerang. Yeah, you got Captain Boomerang in that scene. They shot that. So I don't know who captures Captain Boomerang in the original movie. I mean, in the original version. But somewhere along the line, Zack added Flash. So, like, what Captain Boomerang reacts to was never supposed to be Flash.
Right.
And then they added that later.
Oh.
So, but I think it works.
Yeah, no, it was cool. I liked it. I didn't
and
mind.
if anything, someone else, I was listening to someone else say that they should have gone further than that. Meaning, towards the end of the movie, when you see Enchantress like using her powers to blow up the cruiser, like all this shit, you can actually see what she's doing, the destruction, right? If there was a shot of like Batman again or Wonder Woman again or something, like not again, but you see another character like saving people's lives.
Right.
Like that would have been, because that was something you'd see in a comic book.
Right.
You would see them in their space, and then it makes it more of a world too.
Right,
like
but then I understand why they didn't do that.
No, I know, of course.
Because then they would have went to the Enchantress to try to take her out too.
Because then you wonder, well, why aren't they fighting?
Right, exactly.
But I'm just saying, hypothetically
going
speaking,
back, and like the putting the team together is kind of worthless with Superman being dead. Because they didn't show any of like the metahumans getting out of hand for Amanda Waller.
So you have no idea what the mission is.
Right, exactly.
They're not setting it up to like, oh, so-and-so got unleashed. We need to set this. It's more of, hey, Superman's dead, so let's just put this team together.
Right, and I think that's shitty writing. They could have done something better than that.
Well, the deleted scenes. There's a lot of deleted scenes.
Yeah, well, with that, we're gonna have another Batman versus Superman situation, and for all of you that don't like go on the internet at all, which would make you weird, Batman vs Superman, the director's cut came out.
I haven't seen it yet.
A few weeks ago, and all the DC fanboys are like, "Oh my god, it's so much better. I don't know why they didn't release this in the theater. Like it's night and day the difference." I haven't seen it either, so I can't judge it. But like, I feel like we're gonna have that situation with the Suicide Squad DVD too. But whatever.
Well, I feel like I'm gonna watch the director's cut of BVS at some point. But in my
About
mind,
15 years from now.
yeah, when Blu-ray is obsolete,
Right.
and it's like the Betamax or whatever.
An HD DVD makes a comeback.
Yes, because
Right.
I own all of HD DVDs.
Right.
That's another thing altogether. They're cheaper. It adds 30 minutes of content, but there's still the same 2.5 hour shitty movie.
There's still Martha.
There's
Text
still
him.
I will.
Tell him we're here if he wants to stop by.
Okay.
It's my buddy Joey. You know him from such TV shows as 2.5 Men, CSI Miami. He just did what show did he just do?
Hold on one
Some
second.
Nickelodeon show.
I think it was a Disney show, actually.
Is it Disney?
Yeah.
That's a Disney show about the internet. I think like a gamer.
It's a gaming show.
It's a gaming show on.
Hold on.
Anyway, he's gonna come over to probably to pick up his. Anyways, back to the topic. Yeah, I don't know. I did like Amanda Waller. I think whatever that actress's name is, she's phenomenal.
Gamer's Guide to Pretty Much Everything.
Gamer's Guide.
That's the show that he just did.
Why he plays a professional wrestler. He's actually a pro wrestler, IRL.
Yep, IRL.
Well.
That's in real life for those who don't know.
Yeah, we're just gonna explain everything we say.
Yeah.
But Amanda Waller was great.
Viola Davis is great. I thought she was
Viola
good.
Davis,
I
that's
thought
her
she
name.
was great.
Yeah,
I thought she was a strong character, and that's gonna segue us into the feminism discussion.
Like
about
I
the film.
really like the scene where she's like,
kills
"Oh,
everyone?
the helicopter's here, cool," and then she shoots everyone. Yeah, that was like, that Amanda Waller is fucking evil. If you don't read the comics, Amanda Waller
She stood up to Batman.
is not a good person. Yeah,
She stood up to. I read an article and someone was like, "That's not her character. That she killed everyone because they were innocent people."
well, okay, so in the comics, nobody kills anyone except for the Punisher. You know, even the Joker rarely kills people in the actual comics. You know,
That's
but
another thing I want to talk about too.
in the universe, in this universe that Zack Snyder has established,
People fucking die.
People
Batman,
fucking die.
Batman may not shoot you in the face with a gun, but he has no problem like making sure you don't live, you don't survive.
right? But
I think he shoots. No, what is he doing? He breaks someone's arm.
he does some fucked
He
up
shoots-
shit.
he
But he's
does
got like
something.
his car pulls out like machine guns and just starts spraying people like left and right. Like,
They're sandbags.
Yeah, that's what they are. They're rubber bullets. Okay, they're those guys.
Not explained, but you should just know that it's
they're
Batman.
Those guys aren't dead. They're concussed.
They have stars on their head.
Even the guys that like fall like 40 feet off a building.
On the concrete.
Yeah,
Still alive.
They could still technically. There's a survival.
That's
possibility there.
obviously why in The Nice Guys, or no, was it The Nice Guys? With The Rock, Sam Jackson,
yeah,
when
when
they jump
they-
off. That's
yeah.
probably why they did it in the movie, because if it were a superhero movie, they would have
lived.
But
Yeah,
it wasn't.
yeah. No, I get it.
But no, I liked her. I liked her performance. I liked that scene too, because it made her. She's just as bad as them, and she's definitely someone not to be fucked with.
Right.
Which she proves more than once throughout the movie. But even to Deadshot, when Deadshot's like
And
pretty
it
much.
kind of is like, it was also not a great scene because it kind of ruins Rick Flag's shitty character too. Because he's like not upset by it. He's just I understand.
And he's supposed to be like Captain America
he's-
type.
exactly.
Like, I'm by the book, good guy.
And he's not. But then he still has his like holier than thou speeches throughout the movie. you know,
Well.
and it's all because he got fucking whipped on the Enchantress pussy, which I'm imagining like,
It must be pretty good.
yeah, I mean,
I mean,
she's
I
been
don't
around
just-
for 7,000 years, like she knows what she's doing, right?
June Moon he's not with Enchantress. He's with June Moon.
Okay, but dude, you know,
Maybe
He's
in
giving her the D.
maybe in bed she
Okay.
turns into Enchantress.
yeah, I'm saying,
And
yeah,
cast a
June
spell.
Moon's getting taken to Pound Town, and then Enchantress kind of comes out and takes that shit over, all right? Because you know it's been 7,000 years, and who knows how long she's been buried under those rocks, man.
Well, see,
How long has it been since she caught some? All right.
But yeah, but there's also a little incest vibe there with the brother. Like,
Yeah.
it kind of
no, it was a little weird.
It was
Yeah.
weird,
It
which
was a
was
little
also
creepy.
wasn't explained.
was-
His name's Incubus.
Yeah.
But you don't know that because they don't ever say it.
No, they said his name.
They do.
I think once.
Oh, okay. Well,
Maybe they did in a subtitle. It was. I don't know. I feel like it's easily missed.
And he turns into the thing, that's in Thor 1. What's that thing? The metal thing called?
Oh yeah. Man,
You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I know.
Though. I forgot what they're called. Because they're
Destroyer.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. He turned into that. That's basically what he turned into, which is fine. It was just another thing that they could fight. I don't know what because I honestly, when I first watched the trailers, I thought the Joker was gonna be the bad guy,
Right.
and they were going to like come together to defeat him to stop the Joker in some way. I don't know. But like I said, the whole Amanda segue into the whole feminism thing, because I have been reading a lot about how the movie has a unfair treatment of women. The women are written poorly. I've talked to people about it, and they kind of feel the same sentiment. Like, for example, Katana is her name, right? The Japanese superhero.
Yeah, like I forgot about her altogether.
Well, I forgot about her too.
She was like a throwaway character.
She's supposed to be the enforcer, but she doesn't really enforce very
She's
much.
she's not even scary. She's got a sword. I guess that sword
With her husband.
They kind of said, yeah, like, but they. I felt like is her husband really in it, or was that just a sword he was killed with, and then like it's.
Well, she was talking to it.
Yeah, but I mean, is that just like a symbolism of him? You know.
I think that's a little racist. I think you're implying that because she's Japanese, she talks to her sword.
I had no idea that had anything to do with Japan.
It doesn't.
But, okay.
That's just drew a conclusion.
I mean, race is like mysticism, like Asian mysticism, maybe. I don't know. That was there. The writing is racist.
But her.
Yeah, she had no purpose. Like she was also like kind of a throwaway character.
Well, what I've
but
been,
tell me the feminist thing. Let's hear
what I've been
the
reading,
fucking millennial PC feminist bullshit argument.
What I've been reading is, like, for her character, not specifically, but an example. She speaks Japanese the whole movie,
Right.
except when it's revealed that she could speak English the whole time, right?
I don't even remember that part.
Oh well, maybe you fell asleep, but you can speak English.
Okay.
That's an example of underutilizing her character.
Right.
Okay. I'm just saying, these are things I've read. Not necessarily, like, personally, she was such a minor character, I didn't give a shit if she died or not.
Right.
She's whatever. Harley Quinn, we'll save her for the discussion with the Joker, because there's a lot of psychological stuff too about how she's more abused in this film. Like, a lot of when her original inception, like, she kind of chose to be Harley Quinn, and in this film,
anybody that says that.
no, I'm just saying what they read. I'm just relating.
Okay, I'm gonna talk. Okay, I liked Harley Quinn. I think Margot Robbie is fabulous. She's amazing.
She's great.
I don't give a shit about the costume thing. Like, whatever. Like, yeah, it's not. Obviously, it's not something that would be the most useful for fighting, but
She's limber, so she can fight.
she's crazy. Whatever, and it's a comic book movie. Like, it's one of those. Like, I don't like how the X-Men all wear leather outfits now, because that would be what they would use in the real world. Like, it's a movie. It's based on a comic book. Like, let's put them in some spandex. I don't care. But that's another. But I'm just saying, like, I liked Harley Quinn, and yeah, this is like a new argument. Harley Quinn didn't choose to become Harley Quinn. She got manipulated into.
Well, that's what they're saying. That's what I've been reading, is that this is more manipulation than ever before. I guess in the new 52, the Joker just straight up pushes her in the Ace chemical vat. I haven't read the new 52, but I do know that. And so this is kind of I don't know if
Once
it's
again,
modeled specifically after
for
that.
those of you who don't know what the New 52 is, about 4 years ago, DC, because they were failing and falling way behind Marvel in sales, decided to reboot their entire universe. And guess what? 4 years later, it happened again. And now it's called Rebirth. And because they're falling behind to Marvel in sales, they decided to reboot their entire universe. But now they're connecting it to New 52 and the universe that existed beforehand.
So now there's 3 verses.
So there's like, yeah, and they connected the Watchmen to it, which is DC property. So now they're trying to say that
Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan, spoiler, Dr. Manhattan is the reason behind Rebirth.
All the multiverses.
Yeah, like whatever. But anyways, go ahead.
But no, I was just saying that. So in this film, the Joker's because there's a scene where Joker literally gives her the cuckoo's nest treatment,
right,
and fries her brain, and then manipulates into her own personal choice, quote unquote, of jumping in and then whatever. That's one thing. Again, these are just the talking points. The big one is Slipknot when he punches the lady in the face, and then says she had a mouth.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? What do you think about that in particular?
I mean, I guess I'm just don't care. Like I don't know, it's a movie, and she's a cop, and yeah,
who had been kind of running her mouth a little bit. Not to defend that. I thought it was something that could have been cut out.
Look, I feel like we live in a world where everyone's looking for a reason to get mad about something, and the guy died. He was on screen for 15 seconds, and he died.
And actually, if the deleted scene rumor is true, they actually cut out another element of him, that he was a serial rapist, and they were going to have that in there and set that up, and then add the whole woman thing that he punches a lady in the face, so audiences could be like, all right, he definitely should die.
I mean, I feel like I have a bigger problem with the Native American / could have been Mexican guy, like dying, like the most ethnic guy, and like whatever, El Diablo's a cholo, whatever, but
and Will Smith, he's ethnic.
Well, yeah. When I see the whole ethnic thing, when I say ethnic, I'm thinking like
actually people who are never represented in film, like Native American.
Well, more like, yeah, I guess the ethnic is the wrong term, but the least American looking guy, other than Katana,
for obvious reasons,
is the guy that dies right away. I'm sure he was Native American. Is his backstory, and now if you think about it, if he was supposed to be a rapist, and he's like,
no, that's what like I said, if the deleted scene post that I read is true, then yeah, they cut that out.
Okay, so he's Danny Trejo in Con Air.
Yeah.
All right, Juanillo 23. Anyways, like, I don't know. He died so fast, and it just didn't really, it didn't bother me. Like, that scene was, it was a throwaway
necessary.
scene. It wasn't a necessary scene. Yeah, no, definitely not. Like, whatever. Like, the guy, yeah, it sucks. It was a violent scene. I mean, it's a violent movie, and they're criminals. Like, what do you expect? I don't know.
Would you have had an issue? Well, you didn't have an issue to begin with, but do you think people would have had an issue if the person he punched was a dude?
No.
Because it would make sense at that point, right? Quote unquote. It would make, because of course he would punch out someone who's been talking trash, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. I feel like there's bigger issues with that movie than that. Like, if that ruined the whole movie for you.
No, it didn't.
Not you, but
for people. No.
Yeah.
It got some laughs in the theater, for sure. That scene. I was actually talking to someone. This is what I was mentioning earlier. I asked him about it, and so I was talking to 2 people, and it was a girl and a guy, and the girl, I asked her about the scene, and she said, and I feel like her response is perfect. I didn't like it. I didn't find it necessary. However, A, it's a comic book movie, and B, I'm not familiar with his character. So if in the comics he's like that, then I'm okay with it, because it's true to what the comic books are. if it was made for this, then maybe they didn't have to write it that way, you know.
Right.
Because her problems in terms of the whole feminist thing, that her thing is there's no screen time for women to talk to one another like there is the men. Now, my argument to that would be there's not a lot of women in the movie in general, like in terms of interact. Like Harley Quinn and Amanda would be the only two. I mean, maybe Katana, but I mean, what other women are there in the movie? Enchantress. But she's the villain. She's not going to talk to them.
Right.
And what are they going to? They're not going to talk about like going to lunch. Like they're going to talk about.
It's pretty sexist, bro.
What am I supposed to say?
I'm saying.
Okay, use a better example. They're not going to talk about X. I didn't say going to do their nails.
I mean, like I said, there's bigger things to complain about. I mean, the biggest fish in the fucking movie is Amanda Waller, a woman of color. You know what I mean?
No,
fucking the big bad wolf in the movie is a fucking 7,000-year-old goddess. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like, and I mean the most popular character in the movie, the one that everyone's gonna remember, is Harley Quinn. It's a woman too.
Definitely Harley Quinn.
Like the biggest like elements of the movie are women.
Are women.
You know, and we want to talk about how they didn't have enough girl time. I don't know.
Well, I didn't find that valid just because there's not a lot of, like, who are they going to socialize with in terms of each other.
Right.
But anyway, back to the story real quick. So as she was explaining to me her viewpoints on everything, the guy interrupted her and was like, "Oh, that scene was hilarious. When the female officer was talking all that cash, and he just, as soon as he uncuffed her, he just, bam, punched her. Hilarious. I was laughing. But you know what? There was only like 2 other people laughing. People were looking at me like I'm crazy." And I was like, yeah, well, it makes sense. They probably were thinking like, you and those other 2 people, they must beat their wives or something.
Right.
Because they think that's funny. But I don't know. Then but they're like throwaway jokes to me. Those are like, they're kind of on the nose. Like the Killer Croc, the BET thing. And the I'm Beautiful for the Killer Croc thing.
Right.
And that's, so people who've never been exposed to Killer Croc before, I feel like it paints a little bit of a different picture than his character in the comic books. Yeah. First of all, he's tiny as fuck in the movie. Killer Croc is like 12 feet tall, I think, in the comic books.
Yeah, he's a monster.
He's like huge. He's fucking huge. And he does his. Correct.
Another guy like we've been talking this whole time, and I completely forgot about Killer Croc.
Yeah, and he's a significant member, in my opinion, not in the movie, but in like the comic book universe. Because, like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, he's like one of the main thugs in the DC universe who's trying to take over everything.
No, he's always been swimming in the sewers, kind of stays out of the.
Who am I thinking of then? Don't say Joker, because
That's like Deformed, the Penguin.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking
like
the
the 3.
I am thinking of the Penguin.
The 3 big baddies are Joker, Penguin, and Two-Face. So for me, those are the 3 biggest.
I am thinking of Penguin.
Killer Croc's like a B.
He's a henchman, but he is
sometimes. But he's kind of a B level. He's a B level villain.
He's not 5 feet tall.
No. He's definitely he's supposed to be like, he's a monster. He's like 9 feet tall, and you know.
Well, they were supposed to have the.
I mean, I don't know why they like. I mean,
the shark was supposed to be in the movie.
The shark.
What's his name?
Manta.
Is that who he is?
Well.
They replaced him because David didn't want to have a full CGI rendering of.
I mean, there's a shark who's an Aquaman villain.
What is it?
I think his name is like Tiger Shark. That's his name, Tiger Shark or Killer Shark, or because I've actually sold an action figure that's just a human body with a shark head.
That's what it is.
It's a stupid character. That's why. It wasn't because he wanted
King
CGI.
Shark. No.
It was because, wow, this is a dumb character, DC.
Yeah, King Shark.
Yeah, it's a terrible character. That's why he got.
No, he got cut because of cost.
Oh, so this guy wanted him in there?
Yeah.
He's a stupid character.
But he's in Suicide Squad.
I'm glad he's gone.
He's in Suicide Squad.
Oh, he's one of them?
Yeah.
It just, they didn't use Killer Croc well either, and they turned him into a black guy, like, whatever. Like, I don't care, but, like, why do you have to be, like, the BET thing was stupid.
It was dumb.
It was a dumb scene.
It was pretty.
You want to play your fucking stereotypical jokes or whatever. I don't know.
But I mean, who watches BET anymore?
Right. True.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like if this were like the early '90s or something, or the '90s period. All right, maybe that would have been a. Because I remember watching BET when I was younger.
I watched that show with Tyga. Not Tyga that raps terrible. That's with the Kardashian. That guy. He's got some hot beats though. But not that Tyga. But there's another guy, Tyga, that would host like The Basement. I think it was called The Basement. Back when there was music videos on TV.
In general, yeah.
Yeah. And
Well, they had Uncut, which is like I think it
Is that a
premiered.
show about not being circumcised?
No, it's
Okay.
not. It's about all the rap videos. It's the uncut version of the rap videos.
Okay.
So
Has nothing
titties,
to
a lot
do
of
with-
titties and ass.
Has nothing to do with turtlenecks on penises?
No.
Okay.
I don't think that would fly on BET.
All right.
Like a show about that.
All right, cool.
I mean, I don't know what network that would fly on, but definitely not.
Right.
Maybe not E. What's the other one that's like E? What's the one that has Rue, the drag race show? Rue
Bravo?
Bravo. Maybe that would be a show on
Maybe.
Bravo, but
Okay.
not BET.
All right.
But no, I Killer Croc for me, he was another background character that was just like that. I guess that's what happens when you have an ensemble. You can't pay attention to everyone equally. I think that's a poor excuse because I think you can, but at the same time,
I feel like the Fast and Furious movies do a pretty good job.
I have only seen the first two, so I don't know.
To the ensemble, yeah.
Only seen the first two, but let's talk about Joker. You said that you liked his portrayal. I did as well. When he first comes on screen, it's very hard to not think of like Heath Ledger, for me personally, because obviously he was great. Or like you think of other Jokers that have been portrayed, not just Heath Ledger, but like Jack Nicholson and Mark Hamill, like his voice, like the way, at least I was thinking about that. But I was just thinking, I feel like for the first time, and again, maybe I'm wrong, I felt like he was a psychopath. Textbook psychopath, like what you would learn about.
Right.
Just the way,
There was like no method to his madness.
yeah, it was just 100% psychopath. When I love the scene with Common in it, where
Right.
he's like, hey, what's up, Jay, whatever, and they're talking, and then he brings over Harley Quinn. He's basically like, you want to fuck my girl, don't you? He doesn't say that, but that's like, and then he shoots him. But I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like,
And I think it was good because it was like, we don't know why he shot that guy.
no,
You
he
don't know.
just
Did
fucking,
he shoot her because he looked at her? Did he shoot her because he didn't want to fuck her? Did
he just did it.
Yeah,
he just did it, and
It
that
was-
and that's the thing. But then there's again, if these like I keep bringing these deleted scenes up, but I want to see them. That's why.
I want to see him more than the Batman versus Superman
Oh,
stuff.
for
to be
sure.
honest with you. Like,
Because most of them have to do with the Joker. Most of them have to do with the Joker. He
And
was
look,
supposed to be more involved in the plot, not just
Right.
flashbacks, but in the plot. Apparently, one of them is towards the end. The Joker reappears when they're all fighting Enchantress. The Joker basically busts in and confronts the Suicide Squad and is like, "Hey, let's go, Harley. You're coming with me." And then at that moment is like when Harley's like, "No,
right.
these are my people," and then the Joker leaves, and then he breaks her out later, like in the movie. But there's still scenes.
I understand why they would get rid of that scene.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I understand. And I think all the scenes that got cut, like all these Joker scenes, made sense to cut them. Of course, we'd like to see them because we like to see new shit all the time anyway. But I feel like the reshoots that they did were only because they took so much of these scenes out
Right.
to edit the story in a way that they needed the reshoots for the story to flow. For example, when the Joker rescues Harley in the film, in the helicopter gets shot down, and then the Joker pushes her out of the helicopter in the movie to
Right.
save her. Again, according to this list of deleted scenes, they're supposed to have a fight on the helicopter. The Joker and Harley have a fight, like a verbal fight, and then the Joker throws her out of the helicopter. And then it gets shot down. So as Harley's falling down, she's watching the helicopter get destroyed,
Right.
and so she's having this like personal thing. But according to this, they have a fight in the helicopter, and the Joker basically tries to kill her. So it's like it makes, if they restructured that in the edit, of course they're gonna have to shoot additional scenes to support the new thread that they
Right.
just created. But that's basically a lot of these scenes involve Joker and Quinn fighting each other.
Right.
There's a scene where, and there's actually not behind the scenes footage, but
Giants win.
well, whatever. They were still like 8 games in front of the Dodgers, but now they're
Like I
not.
said, the Dodgers are beating up on all the last place teams right now.
Whatever. We'll see. October baseball is all that matters.
Yeah, you guys have
And
a
the
great
Dodgers,
track
yeah.
record in your lifetime.
This is our year. I keep saying that. But anyway, so there's apparently another scene where, and people have filmed this, and it's on YouTube where you can actually see it, where like the Joker's, I don't know, communicate. They're talking about something, and he slaps the shit out of Harley Quinn, and then again, like they make up, but it's like a very abusive relationship that's not in the film, but it's still, to me, it's still present. But I don't know, it's interesting.
I mean, that relationship is in the cartoon.
It is in the cartoon.
Like,
it's in everything.
It's like, for you guys that don't know, Harley Quinn is not a comic book character. Harley Quinn was created in the Batman,
animated show.
Adventures. What was it called? That Batman.
I think it was the animated series.
The Batman animated series that was on Fox, like back in the day. Like, for me, it's still like the best cartoon, like comic book cartoon around. Like that's
great.
Series. It still holds up. You should watch it if you haven't seen it.
I like Batman Beyond, or is it Batman Beyond?
The one in the future,
where he has the red.
Yeah, where it's like a Bruce Wayne's like 90 and he's training some.
But that's
basically another Robin.
But he's Batman.
But he's Batman instead. But no, like in the cartoon, Joker was never ever nice to Harley. He was always messed up. Like he didn't obviously he didn't hit her and stuff, but he was. It's kind of like what's Mike Myers' name in Austin Powers when he's the bad guy, Dr. Evil or
Dr. Evil. Yeah.
It's like Dr. Evil with
Mini-Me.
With Green. What's Scott Green? I'm messing everybody's name up today.
Oh, not Scott Green. I know his son, Scotty.
Yeah.
Right? Are you talking about
what's
his son?
His real name though? I know
Seth Green.
Seth Green. Like with Seth Green.
Say Seth
like he loves Seth Green, but he's always trying to kill him. You know, and that is the Joker in the cartoon, and then it translated to the comic book, and now it's kind of in the movie. Like he's so psychotic, like he doesn't know. I think the reason why he keeps her around is because she won't go away, you know, and she's a survivor, and she's crazier than he is at some points. Like
she's definitely crazier than he is.
So like that's well, that relationship, it's not supposed to be a healthy relationship,
and it's good for cosplay, of course.
Right.
Always. It's good for the people who like 50 Shades of Grey, that type of BDSM relationship.
Right.
Thing.
I didn't watch that shit.
Well,
man.
I'm just saying, because people get off on shit like that control,
you guys
the
reading
manipulation.
that Twilight fan fiction. Like, what is wrong with you? But
hey. To each is their own, man. To them, that's their Mark Twain.
The author that wrote that didn't graduate the 4th grade.
And apparently, it shows in the books.
Right.
I haven't read it, so I can't comment on it. It could be the greatest thing ever written.
It could. It's
but
not,
I don't know.
Probably not. But
no, Harley's good. I loved Harley. Actually, the only thing I didn't like about Harley, and it only makes sense as a story point for me, is towards the end, when Enchantress is manipulating her. It's like, I'll bring back the Joker. I'll bring him back. Just follow me, whatever. And she's kind of going along with it. For me, I feel like Harley would have went along with it. I just that didn't sit well with me as a plot point, as a story point.
Well, see, I thought by that point that she knew then
that he was alive.
Because that Diablo when he snapped out of it and said this isn't real. Like she knew then that it wasn't real.
No, that's what I'm saying. As a story, as a plot point, yeah, I believe that. And I'm not just.
And I feel like her psychosis is the only reason why she was able to get so close to Enchantress in the first place.
Because
she didn't know, because she wasn't expecting her to stab her in the heart or whatever. Like.
But I'm just saying though.
Anybody else, it would have been a trick. But with Harley, she's a wild card. You didn't know. Had
Diablo not have snapped out of it, and you weren't even exposed to this, that it was a dream type thing. Would you think that was would you see Harley turning her back on the squad for the Joker? Is I guess my question.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, it was another on the nose kind of very. circumstantial, like
Specific to the story.
Yeah, like it's perfectly. You know, I mean, it's cliche, whatever. You know how I feel about cliches.
It would have been interesting though if she was like, "All right, fuck you guys."
Yeah, no, it would have been.
And then
different.
when she couldn't deliver, then she'd kill him. She'd kill her. I mean,
right, like she'd lose her shit, but you know,
I liked it. I've also read people complaining, and this is so fucking stupid, about how Deadshot and all the special forces units or whatever, they're like shooting those black creatures, and Harley's killing them with her bat. And that's what people's problem. Like, people are complaining that it's just so unrealistic that Deadshot's killing them with headshots and Harley's killing them with the bat.
yeah,
Like,
but she's bashing their head in.
I'm just saying, these are things I've read.
It's a comic book movie, folks.
These
like,
are the negative things that are filling Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay, people really hate the Joker. Like, I feel like that's the thing I see on Facebook more than anything is how much they despise the Joker.
And I feel like because they know Heath Ledger.
I get it, guys. He's got silver teeth or platinum teeth. I don't know.
Tattoos.
And he's got tattoos. Like, my best friend keeps complaining about how there's no way the Joker would have the patience to sit down and get tatted. And it's like, you know what? Who cares? I don't think it's a big deal. Like, the tattoos didn't bother me. The silver teeth, they're silly, but it's like an updated version of the Joker.
Why not? That's my thing. Why not?
And he, the gold chains, whatever. But he looks like a pimp. I get it. He looks like a pimp. He kind of is a pimp, whatever. But the guy is. He wears his classic. It's the first time since Jack Nicholson that we see him in the classic.
In the suit.
In the purple suit with the tails.
A real suit, not the Ledger knockoff suit, but like a real, like you said, since Nicholson. I liked it.
Yeah, I don't got a problem.
I think there's a comic book where Joker has a full dragon on his back tattoo.
Yeah, that's Frank Miller and Jim Lee wrote. They did a all-star Batman and Robin together, and in that
it's not the first time he's had a tattoo on his body.
No, he had a full dragon on his back, like a Yakuza style dragon tattoo on
which
his
to
back.
me would have been stupid.
And he kills a hooker in that scene of the comic.
Well, see, he's
like, I do this because I love you, as he's like suffocating her or choking her.
That's to me it's a that's why I said at the beginning that this is the first time I felt like I was watching.
Frank Miller, when you don't listen to this, you guys need to finish that fucking run, even with the new 52, because
what, the All-Star?
Yeah, it was supposed to be 12 issues, and they stopped like at 10. There's 2 issues left, and then he went on and now he's writing a different Batman.
He's writing
with Jim
he's writing
Lee.
the sequel to. I think he's writing a sequel. to
He already
Batman.
wrote it. The Dark Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already
done?
out. It's Dark Knight 3, yeah.
No, a new one.
Is he writing it? No, he's like, it's currently at comic book stores.
Oh, so then that is the third one. Okay, then I'm thinking about something else.
Jim Lee does covers, and I think John Romita does.
Or maybe
the
I'm thinking
art
about
inside.
302. I think he's supposed to do another.
302?
There's another 300.
There was a 302 already.
But but like Frank Miller's 302. Not their movie. I don't know.
I know. I mean, just on a quick tangent, like Frank Miller, dude, it's time to retire, bro. Like, you're just, I don't know, man. I think
He lost his touch.
I think going into the movies just kind of ruined you.
You didn't like Spirit?
Spirit was terrible, dude. Stop it. Oh my god.
Isn't Samuel Jackson?
Like
in
Robert Rodriguez, like kind of ruined his career by allowing
see
you to
Sin City
direct
2?
a movie. I saw Sin City 2. I went to the premiere.
Oh yeah, you did. I haven't seen Sin City
I was
2.
like
It's
5
just on
seats away
Netflix.
from Power's booth.
It's on. I don't know who that is.
He plays a senator.
If you say Power Booth, I assume that Power 106 is there.
It's
like that's.
Power's booth. It's plural.
Oh.
That's his name. I don't know. Talk to his parents. I'm sure it's a stage name. The guy's like 90.
I don't know. Yeah,
He started acting back in the day when you needed a stage name.
And that was the one he chose.
Yeah, Power's Booth. No, I feel like that name is so fake sounding that it's a real name. Like,
and you
it
couldn't
can't-
come up with that.
no, you couldn't. Like,
Your
that's
parents had to come up
like
with
who
it.
the fuck sits around and said, you know what? I think my name's gonna be Powers.
As a first name too.
As a first name.
Well, I don't know anybody with the last name of Powers other than Austin. So
Right. And he ripped it off from Powers Booth.
that's what it is.
Bet
We
you.
figured it out.
Yeah.
We're after you, Mike Myers.
No. Joker. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think you guys should watch the movie and stop being a little
Overall,
bitches
what would you
about
rate it on a scale of 1 to 10?
On a scale of 1 to 10.
10 being like Dark Knight, because obviously we can agree Dark Knight's a great movie, right? Well, what's your favorite comic book movie? Let's
I honestly, I really like.
not necessarily true to comic, just your favorite experience as a comic, like Deadpool.
I mean, there's issues with all of them. I really like. I think the thing with the Dark Knight is that I have not rewatched it.
It's been a while.
I can't get past the first 30 minutes of it now. Every time I try to watch it, and like when I watched it, I watched it twice in the theater.
I watched it at least 8 times.
And
in
it
the
was like
theater.
awesome. But now, like when it came out on Blu-ray, and I just got my HD TV, and I put I don't know, it was just not the same.
Batman Begins is the best of the 3, in my opinion.
I mean, there's
For rewatchability
I
wise.
could agree with that. Yeah, I think I've watched Batman Begins more times than I have the
Because
Dark Knight.
that movie stands on its own, 100%.
Yeah, but
if they didn't make Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises, you still have Batman Begins.
Well, let's on a scale of 1 to 10, like let's just say whatever the best comic book movie is. I think.
And then Howard the Duck being a 1.
Yeah, definitely. Although when I was a little kid, I did like that movie.
Oh,
It was
so
like
you were excited when
it was
he
like
was
a
in
duck
Guardians.
booby that came out in the movie. Like I don't know.
That was a tape you rewound over and over
Yeah,
again.
that-
So
yeah.
when you watch Howard the Duck, it
That
would be all fuzzy.
VHS, my dad would be like, where's the duck booby? All blurry this time. And I'm like, my dad totally doesn't talk like that either. But yeah, and I'm like, I don't know, Dad. No, it's
You have a duck fetish? That's
yeah,
cool.
I got
They're remaking the movie.
got a
Supposedly.
humanoid duck.
You know that,
fetish.
right? They're
I
supposed
heard
to be
something about it.
because the rights reverted back to Marvel, so now they own Howard the Duck.
I don't even know why we're talking about Howard the Duck right now. Like this.
Because that's on the scale of Howard the Duck to your favorite
I
comic
get you.
book
No,
movie.
I think
You think it's like a Dick Tracy?
I'd give it like a 6. I'd give it like a 6. I think between a 5, I'd say a 6. It's
a
just
solid 6,
you know what? Let's
or like
go
a
with-
soft 6.
Let's go with solid 6. Yeah. Dude, Leah Thompson was in Howard the Duck. That's right.
I don't know who is that.
Dude, Marty McFly's mom.
The mom?
The mom. Marty McFly's mom, Leah Thompson.
That's not his girlfriend though, right?
No, his girlfriend is.
Who's the one they recast? It wasn't the mom. Who?
The girlfriend got recast in the second movie.
That's what I'm
It was a girl from Karate Kid. She was in the second movie.
Who is she in Howard the
Lorraine
Duck?
McFly. Who's she in Howard the Duck?
Or
She's
Howard-
like the main. I don't know, man. That movie's. I haven't watched that movie.
Can you even watch that movie?
I don't even know.
I feel
they
like
have it
that.
on
I
DVD.
feel like that movie. You can get it for free. Like I don't think anyone's making money off of it anymore.
No, I mean it's. Howard the
It's
Duck's-
also a George Lucas movie. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
He produced it.
Oh, he would. Because Howard the Duck in the '80s was like one of the only space characters in the Marvel universe. Like,
He's in the new Marvel universe.
yeah, I mean he makes a little cameo. I mean the comic book got rebooted and there's a new character trying to rip off Harley Quinn called Gwen Poole. I've not read any of these comics, so maybe she's cool, but there's like a battle going on. Like Marvel's taking shots at Harley because Harley's super popular. By the way, Harley Quinn being super popular is new. Like this is like something recent in the last 5 years has turned into like a thing. Because obviously
She's really popular. I personally would have to attribute that to her resurgence in the video games.
really
In the Arkham, that's my thinking, because she's a big key character in the Arkham series.
in the series. I feel like she's big in the first one. I don't know about in the second one.
She's a player in all
I mean,
three.
yeah.
I'm not saying she's the main villain.
I mean, I feel like her
she's a presence.
in the first one in Arkham Asylum, she was huge.
Well, yeah, because the
She's
Joker's
really
a main.
big.
The
Yeah.
Joker's there, and then the Joker dies after the second one.
And then in Arkham City, she's not as
What's his name is the main
Featured.
character. Strange. Hugo Strange is the main villain,
right.
and the Joker's on the back seat because the Joker dies at the end,
Right, he's pulling the strings.
and he's dead in the third one. Still, you didn't play the third one, did you?
I haven't played it yet. No.
I played it. I liked it. It's good. Played on the Xbox One, and because they did a remaster or whatever the fuck.
Totally off topic right now.
No, it is because
Well, I mean, I guess we're talking about the Harley Quinn popularity thing.
I think it is.
Like I went to Comic-Con and there were so many girls dressed up like the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, which is kind of silly. Like, guys, if you're gonna cosplay, don't dress up like characters that you haven't even seen the movie in yet. Like Kylo Ren. Like last year, last year's Comic-Con, tons of people were dressed up like Kylo Ren because they released for Halloween, they released the Kylo Ren mask, so people were like dressing up. And then, the movie came out and he was fucking lame. All right, so
Yeah, I like Kylo.
Yeah, you probably do.
I do. I
fucking,
liked his emo self.
Yeah.
What do you expect from him?
I don't know.
His dad, he has an estranged father, and his mom is the sister to Luke, who I don't know what happened.
Not estranged. He pushed him away. Like, he abandoned his family, or he got kidnapped. They didn't explain it. It's
kind of explain
it. It kind of was a shitty explanation. That's why that movie, guys, that movie was not very good.
They sent him off with Luke because they obviously saw the power within him.
And he got kidnapped. And then something happened.
And then this is where it gets fuzzy, but supposedly he got manipulated by some dark force.
Okay, whatever.
And then he killed all the younglings.
You know what? This is the first of like a million of many podcasts that no one's going to listen to. We'll save that topic for another time. So I think
Rogue One comes out.
I think we've discussed.
You didn't ask me what I thought what this final score was. It's because no one cares.
Whose final score?
Mine.
Oh, sorry. You're right. My bad. I'm being rude. What was your final score?
I think it was a 6.
I don't care. All right. No, it's a 6. So we're in agreement. It was like a 6.
I think it was a 6.
Okay.
I mean, I was also very, very stoned the whole movie. So it could be a 4.
Right.
And my experience was a 6.
Right.
And everything I've said right now could just be destroyed because I was stoned. Like I'm actually afraid to watch the movie again.
For those of you guys that don't know Daniel, aka D, very well, he's like classic rewatch movies and then either hates them
and reevaluate them
or loves them. Like a movie he like completely just like name what's an example of a movie you saw once and you were like, this is a terrible movie, it's the worst thing I've ever seen. And then you watched it again, you were like, actually, you know what? I really love it. I think it's really
fuck. I don't know. Like the first thing that comes to my mind is like some French wave movies, like Band Apart.
Okay.
Where it's like, this fucking movie's stupid. Right. And then I watched it again. I'm like, oh, okay, I can see. Once I put myself in the context of the world in the 60s and blah, 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 whatever the fuck. Also, I don't smoke, so that's another thing. But no, so I'm afraid to watch it again because it might suck. Like, this movie might be really shitty.
Right.
Because I saw all of the identifiers of like, this is shitty.
Right.
That there's definitely bad pacing. There's definitely no real story. There's definitely not the best character development for any of the characters.
Right.
There's no real growth for anyone, actually, in my opinion. But at the same time, like you said, it was fun, and certain moments are fucking bad. Like Deadshot's introduction, where he's fucking, oh, I want more money, and pay me or whatever.
Good.
That was great.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, I wish the movie was. The one thing I wish it pushed it farther. I wish it was an R-rated movie. I really do. Because I feel like there's moments where...
Oh, by the way, guys, Deadshot's daughter didn't need to get in the way. He wouldn't have killed Batman because Batman is that badass. Like
Batman would have punched her.
Yeah, her getting in the way was kind of like whatever because we wanted to give Deadshot
we wanted to make him feel
we wanted to
like,
make him human. Like
right.
He wasn't a complete monster. Like there was something he cared about. Like. Just to prove Amanda Waller's point, but yeah, Batman wouldn't have let it get that far. Like the second,
Batman would have beat the shit out of him.
He would have.
He would have thrown
especially this Batman.
This Batman would have killed Deadshot.
Yeah,
he would have like shot him with some toxic something, some fear toxin, and then beat the shit out of him or something,
right?
Or hung him upside down somewhere.
Honestly, I wish that BVS hadn't come out in March, or we should have started this back in March, because we could have been talking shit about BVS.
For the last 4 months.
Yeah, but we can't because it's already played out. You guys have all seen it. Its DVD's out, whatever. But there's.
Well, we can watch director's cut.
Yeah, we could watch the director's cut.
About that.
Martha, fucking, it's ridiculous.
The Step Brothers meme.
Yeah.
I showed you that one.
Yeah.
Were we best friends now?
What? Yeah.
That's pretty much what it was. I mean, that's another discussion entirely. Because
right.
I'm just thinking. I mean, just think about this for a second. So once the universe, obviously we're getting Justice League next. No, Wonder Woman's next, and then Justice League.
Oh, you know what? I am super excited about Wonder Woman. I think it looks. The only thing I
haven't
don't
seen
like.
the new trailer. I'm not watching it.
The only thing I don't like is that they're setting it like
In the 1900s?
Yeah, like World War I or World War II. I think that's dumb. I think why are you turning Wonder Woman into Captain America? Like she's, I don't know. I think that's stupid myself. But other than that, I think it looks. It's probably going to be the best DC movie to come out. Like it's definitely of the ones. Man of Steel doesn't count. I guess it does, but it doesn't.
You know they're making Man of Steel too.
Of course they are. They have to.
They just released
got to
that
bring
today.
him back. I think I have very high expectations for Wonder Woman. I like Gal Gadot. I think she's hot. She, a lot of people were like, she's
She was
too
good.
skinny.
She's a good actress.
I think
in
she's a good
BBS.
actress. She's great. Like the physicality is good.
So is Robbie. She's good too.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They're not just hot. They also can act.
Right.
It's true.
Yeah. No. There's good performances. I'm getting text messages from Maria. Anyways, so we're gonna wrap this up, guys. So thanks for listening. Let's see. What are you looking forward to next? Next week we got Sausage Party.
Sausage Party.
How Seth Rogen gets allowed to keep making movies? I don't know. Even if it's
You know what? They keep making money. That's what it is.
Okay, you automatons out there keep going and watching his bullshit movies, but whatever. Like
You didn't like The End of the World or
I
whatever?
still haven't seen This Is the End, man.
This is the end. There you go.
I don't know. It's got Channing Tatum in it and whatever. You know how
Does
I feel
it?
about the Channing. Yeah, the Chan is in
Oh, he is in the movie.
This Is the End.
How do you know that if you haven't seen the movie?
Because people told me, man. They said everybody's in it.
he is in the. Do you know his part in the movie?
I have no idea. I haven't I don't.
Okay,
it's
see-
an end of the world movie. I hear good things about it. I'm sure it's hilarious, but I'm just over.
I actually forgot about that. Shit's funny.
I'm over Seth
part's
Rogen. I'm over James Franco. I'm over. I'm not over Michael Cera. I feel like we need more Michael Cera.
I love Michael Cera.
We need less Jesse Eisenberg, who's just like a Jewish ripoff of Michael Cera, but not as good.
And then what's his name? Dude from Eastbound and Down. We need to see more
Kenny
of him.
Powers, whatever his name
Danny
is.
McBride.
Danny McBride. He's great. I love how he plays the same character in every
And gets
movie.
away with it.
Yeah. But
Sausage Party, Pete's Dragon,
Pete's Dragon. Like I didn't watch the original one when I was a little kid.
which
so
is really interesting because you don't know the director because you didn't watch his first movie. But his first movie is Ain't Them Bodies Saints. And it's one of the most artistic pieces of shit I've ever seen in my life. I watched it with my mom, and we were both like, the trailer's great. It looks beautiful. Ben Affleck's little brother's in it. The better Affleck, in my opinion.
Casey Affleck.
Yep. And it was a horseshit movie.
Okay.
And I know a lot of people who loved it.
Right.
And they love pretentious pieces of shit.
This podcast is for you guys.
And then, definitely. And then when he did a Q&A, he did a Skype Q&A. And he's just as pretentious as his movie was. And so I've heard about this Pete's Dragon movie. I've seen the trailers for it, whatever. And then I didn't know he was making it. I'm like, what the fuck? How did Disney allow this guy, this pretentious fuck, to make Pete's Dragon?
Who
He
knows?
must need a page. He's been editing a long. Like he's very smart and intellectual. But his first movie was just. That was me jerking off.
There you go, guys.
War Dogs. Oh no, that doesn't come out next week.
No, those are the three big ones. Then there's Florence.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about
Florence Foster Jenkins, which has got the wonderful Meryl Streep in it, and Hugh Grant, and I don't know who Rebecca Ferguson is, but she's in it too. But probably not gonna watch that one, at least not in the theater.
that. I won't watch it.
I'm probably not gonna ever watch it.
Ever.
Let's be
But you
real.
might watch it because you watched The Exotic Marigold Hotel. Or what is that? Is that what
okay,
it is?
so
No,
we
Exotic
watched
Marigold
the
Hotel.
the most exotic
There you go. That's what it is.
Marigold Hotel because Maria works at a restaurant in Encino, and then the Lemley Encino is down the street, so they go there all the time, and the guy would give them free tickets. And we went, and it was like, oh shit, there's nothing to watch at this theater. It's like all a bunch of like indie movies for old people.
And that's definitely one of them.
And that's that we went, and it was good. I enjoyed it.
I know.
You know, I didn't see the second one, but I enjoyed it because
I know you want to. I'm sure it's on your Netflix.
Oh, and then
queue.
what else did I watch? The Henry Christ. I watched that one there.
That sounds terrible.
It was not that bad actually. But that's about
the title sounds terrible.
Well, it's a stupid but it's a little kid is born and he's got like a super photographic memory from birth, so he's talking out of the womb because everything people say he remembers it, and it's weird. It's weird. It's interesting.
Bruce Willis, the voice of the kid?
No, it's a little kid. It's like a baby voice. It's not Look Who's Talking. And
no.
Was Bruce Willis the voice of the kid? He was. Yeah, because John Travolta was the dad. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this month, this year. Who knows?
It's forever.
Forever. This might be the first and only one. Thanks for possibly listening, and yeah.
All right.
Have a good night.
Later, bitches.